Hi everyone. Ouch. Hi, happy home marriage talk. How are you doing? Hi everyone. If you can hear me, if you can see me, please tell me where you're watching from. How's your week going? How is Nigeria treating you? For those people in Nigeria, oh my goodness. Who has cash? Oh, do you people have cash? Naira is now a big commodity in Nigeria. Oh my goodness. Hi. Please tell me where you're watching from. Hello, Telma Badge. Ghana. A.A. Arietta is watching from Ghana. Nice to have you here. One of my best clients is from Ghana. I really love Ghana. Telma Badge watching from Canada. Nice to have you. Thank you for joining. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me. I like to know where my audience is usually watching from. If you can hear me. Oh, the Kingdom Marriage is watching from the UK. Thank you so much for joining. Golda Dust is watching from Ghana, right? This your flag is Ghana. Hey, I really don't know flags like that. You should not make me. Just type the name of your country out before I'll go and call another country. Telma Bad says, nice to be here. Nice to have you here. It's Dr. Tosin is from Texas. Oh, so I see Dr. Tosin is one of the names I know on my live video, or, I know that name. Thank you so much for following. Thank you for engaging. I appreciate you guys. I just wanted to come on live today. What do you guys want me to talk about? Tell me anything you want me to talk about. I don't even know exactly what to talk about. Tell me what you want me to talk about and I'll talk about it. What do you want me? Hi, Jelly Publish from Ghana. Nice to have you here. What do you guys want me to talk about? Thank you. Telma Badge says I'm pretty. Oh, hey, Bilonia. You're making my head to swell. Hi, Dr. Tosin. Hi, everyone. Tell me, what do you guys want me to talk about? Give me a topic or a question, whatever. Tell me what you want me to discuss. Narcissistic mothers. Narcissistic. Okay. Who else? Keep the topics coming. Keep the topics coming. Keep the topics coming. Tell me. Somebody says narcissistic mothers. Well, I'm not just going to talk about narcissistic mothers. I'm going to talk about abusive mothers, because there are other people too who are abusive, but they're not necessarily narcissistic. You understand? There are lots of people who has mommy issues. There are mothers. But Jelly Publish, what I'd like to tell you. Let me tell you something. See, I know maybe you've gone through some things from your mom until date. She's still hurting you. She's probably not sorry, and you're hurt. You're broken. You're in pain from all she has done and she's still doing. Let me tell you one thing that would help you to forgive her. When you know how she grew up, how she was raised, then it would help you. People can only give you what they have. Jelly Publish. If your mom was raised by an abusive person, if she was raised in a brutal way, if she was raised in a nasty way, that's what she's going to give to you. That's what she's going to give to you. It's subconscious. That's why people tell you there's generational trauma. If she was raised by people who treated her badly, who raised her badly, who tortured her, who hurt her, and all of that, that's what she's going to do to you. And if you also, who has gone through that, if you are not healed from that, that is what you'll do to your children too, subconsciously. Is not what you have control over. That is why we always say that healing is important. That's why we always say that, going to therapy is important, because there's something about the parents that raise you. The way they raise you, they have subconsciously taught you or wired you conditioned you, they have subconsciously programmed you to also raise your children like that. Subconsciously. That is why you see that in a family, the grandfather was very wicked, the father was wicked, this other person too, the current child too, is very wicked. So you see what I'm saying? Jelly Poppy, she said her mother treated her bad. That's it. So that's how you know that it's not that she's doing it to you intentionally. She's not treating you badly because she hates you. She's your mom. There's no way a mother would give birth to a child and say, I'm gonna kill that child. I hate this child. That's mental illness. If you see a mother treating her child terribly, it's a mental illness. It's something that she cannot help. Because naturally, the cord between a mother, and a child fosters intimacy, love. In fact, it makes the mother more biased to her child than any other person. So if you find a child, or a mother treating her child wrongly, terribly, brutally, it is because subconsciously she also has been wired that way. She cannot help herself. I know this may not be what you want to hear, but I'm being honest with you. She cannot help herself. It was what she was given that she's giving to you. It is a subconscious programming. So, why you also don't know, what you also don't know is that she has wired you to be like that. If you don't have kids yet, you may not know. You won't know. You may be vowing, you will vow, God forbid, I would never treat my child that way. I would never treat my children that way. That's wickedness. My mother was wicked to me. I would never do the same to my children. Wait till you start having kids. And also, wait till your children are grown and they start tugging, at your heartstrings. I'm telling you stuff from experience. Wait till then. You will be shocked. Your reactions will shock you yourself. That's why you need to go through therapy too, so that you don't be like that. And then, by then, God forbid, if your child is in therapy, we'll be telling your child exactly the same thing. Ask your mom how she was treated. Ask your mom how she was raised. So I think I'm going to talk about mothers today, because I've always talked about, people who have daddy issues, So, let's talk about mommy issues. Let me type it and save it. Yes. Oh my goodness. I totally get you. So Jelly Poplish says, it's not the way she treats me, it's the things. Let me pin this comment. It's the things she says to me. It's the same. It's the same. It's the same, Jelly Poplish. It's the same. That's what I'm saying. That was how she has been wired. I know it is not an excuse. I'm not trying to excuse her. I'm not trying to, say that what she's doing is good or what she did was right. No, what she did or is doing is terrible, is wicked, is terrible, is unforgivable in a way, if we would talk about it or think about it. I know, but I'm telling you that your mom cannot or could not help herself, because that was also how she was wired, which is why she has treated you, or she's still treating you this way. And unfortunately for you, two things may happen to you if you are raised by a narcissistic mother, like you said. Two things is either you replicate exactly what she has done to you. You're also like that, very mean, very aggressive, very, terrible to your children. Or you now go to this extreme. You go to this extreme, you become this child who or this mom who is so passive, who will now spoil her kids to the extent that they turn out to be something else. It's a matter of two extremes. It's either you become one extreme or you go to the other extreme. That is why you need acute therapy. So when you have been raised by an abusive mom or a narcissistic mom or a terrible mom, That's what I'm telling you. It is very possible, very possible, that you be like her, because her wiring or her mothering to you, can make you angry, make you an angry child. You won't even know. You become so angry, you become so, it's like nobody loves me. Like, because when somebody is wicked to you, when somebody says mean things to you all the time, when somebody beats you all the time, when somebody treats you, badly, it tends to wire you to become this super aggressive person, this angry child who later becomes an angry adult. You snap at people easily, you're this confrontational person. You snap easily. Jelly Poplish, if you're already going through if you already have these things that I'm talking about, please indicate in the comment section. Let me know, because those are symptoms that you are exactly becoming like your mom. Those are inklings, clues to you that you are becoming like your mom. I have had mothers tell me, she says, I'm seeing some of her traits in me, and that's why I'm saving for therapy. Please do, because you will be shocked. It's like it's a generational wiring. That's why you see some families are like that. That's why you see some families there are plenty divorcees in their family. It's not spiritual. It's not that the devil attacking their mother's family or the devil attacking their father's family. No, it's psychological. What you behold, you become. What you behold, you become. So when you have, and it's not even an abusive mom or a narcissistic mother. When you have a strong mother that raises you, two things can happen. I've said it. Two things. You can be super aggressive like her. Super aggressive, confrontational, no nonsense person. Or you can be this passive person, who is always afraid, who will never put her foot ground, who will never speak her mind, who becomes a people pleaser, and then chooses men or friends or employers like your mom. I actually know somebody, a client like that, that she said her mom abused her badly. Her mom was super controlling, terrible to her, says mean things, treated her crazily, and she on the other hand now became this passive child who just wanted to please her mom. She just wanted her mom's validation. She just wanted her mom to be proud of her, because her mom was always condemning her, always, whatever she does never was good for her mom. She ended up marrying a man just to please her mom, because her mom approves of that man. Her mom likes that man. She even said that man speaks her mom's language, which of course made her mom very happy. But the funniest thing? The man turned out to be exactly like her mom. He was super abusive to her. He was controlling to her. He would condemn her. He would beat her. Just like her mom. So, that is why when you have been raised by a mom like that, please go for therapy. I always say it. This is my cry. If you know me, if you've been following me on this page for years, or you just started following me, this is my cry. Therapy will change your life. Therapy changed my life. What happened? Good night. See you tomorrow. Therapy changed my life. I was this super aggressive girl. I was an angry person. I was so angry. My mom was so mean to me. I always show everybody this sign. If you can see it, please let me know. Can you see this thing? Can you see it? Please let me know if you can see it. It's a scar. Can you see it? Nobody's talking. No. Can anyone see this scar? Yeah, Dr. Tosin says yes, we can. Yeah, Zainab says yes. That scar, Harrietta still says yes. Everybody says yes. They can say it. That scar was given to me by my mom when I was 8 years old. I was in primary 5. I stole her 5 naira. She cut me with blade. This said, I'm going to be 40 soon. And look at how fresh this scar is. Look at how it is. My mom cut me with blade. She wanted to teach me a lesson. Unfortunately, she cut me in a very delicate area where, in fact, they said she missed a nerve. That hand would have been terrible. That hand would have been useless. So I had to be hospitalized and all of that. My mom arrested me with police when I was 17 because she said I was disobedient to her. You know, but me and my mom were super cool. Now, I still sent her money this morning. She called me praying for me. She was so excited. Why? Because one day, you know, I was so angry with my mom for so long. For so long. In fact, I used to tell people that my mom is not my mom, that she's my stepmom. Because I never believed that a mother could do that to her own child. So I always thought that maybe she and my dad didn't want to tell me the truth, you know, that she wasn't my mom, she was my stepmom. But do you know how I forgive her? Having hated her for years. Zainab says, is she a retired soldier? Of course not. She's not a retired soldier. You know why I forgive her? Because one day I asked her how she was raised. When she told me, I forgave her instantly. In fact, I transferred the anger to the person that raised her. She was raised by her aunt, her dad's younger sister, who treated her like a slave. She said this woman would cut her with blade, put raw pepper in her vagina, in her eyes. I'm telling you. This woman would put charm in her mouth and curse her. So how do you think that kind of a woman will turn out? You think she's going to be a calm woman? She's going to be nice. She's going to be like, I'm not going to do that to my children. It's not true. Yes, raw pepper. Yes, Dr. Tosin, I kid you not. I kid you not. So she was raised tough. When I was sick, when I was younger and I was sick, my mom, you'll be sick and be crying. If my mom give you slap, your sickness, you will be well immediately. I'm not joking. You will be well. She will force you to eat food. You say, I'm sick, I cannot eat, I'm hungry. She will I'm not, you know. So I disliked my mom for a very long time. A very long time. A very long time. Until she told me how she was raised. My heart wept for her that day. Like, wow. So that's why she's like that. So, and if you look at it, she was just trying to correct me. Unfortunately, her correction, or she was trying to discipline me, her discipline was abusive. But that's what she sees as discipline. That's what she sees as correction. Hi, sis. That's what she sees as, you know, yes, this is sadly typical of a lot of moms. I'm telling you. So, but that's why we need to forgive our mothers. I'm telling you, there's no way your mom would mean to, you know, I will frustrate this child. I hate this child. No. A child that she suffered for, you know, carried in her womb for 9 months. For 9 months. And then when your mom have you know how African mothers are. They won't sleep until you sleep. there were times that you'll be sick like this. You'll be praying that God will put this sickness on me. That kind of a mom. She's still the same person, abusive towards you. You should know that something is controlling her. I'm telling you. I'm not saying this jelly publish so that you can give your mom a pass or but I'm just telling you reality. I'm telling you how it is. Sometimes we have to be empathetic towards these mothers too. The reason why I can even talk this way is that I am also a mom now to a 20-year-old. If not that I also went through therapy, I was also crazy. I was also almost repeating the patterns of my mom to my daughter. I'm telling you. So, I stopped blaming my mom at a point. I took my life, took in my own hands. I took charge of my life, went to therapy by myself. Because yes, she has done the damage, unknowingly to her. But responsibility is on me. I cannot be saying when I'm 40, when I'm 50, that it's my mom. Oh, my mom damaged me. My mom broke me. She did what she did because that's how she knew. That's what she knew. That's how, she knew what to do best. Now is my turn. I'm now of age, so I should take responsibility of my own healing. Oh, Dr. Tosin says, I used to be angry at mine until God opened my eyes to see that she's just a product of her upbringing and knowledge. Exactly. Because that to them, that's the best. That's the best way to raise a female child. My mom will say, you're a female child, you have to be this, you have to be that. You cannot be sleep. You cannot be sleep. This same my mom that I used to say I disliked, she beat me, she treated me, she arrested me with police, she left a scar on my body forever. This same mom of mine was the person that became a jelly when I got pregnant with my daughter. She almost I thought she would be angry, she would scream, she would shout for where my mom cried from when she discovered I was pregnant till she had my baby, till as she took care of my daughter. My daughter was with my mom for 11 years till she came to live with me when I got married. So you see that this woman is not a witch. Unfortunately for her, how she was raised is how, she's treating me, or she treated me. So now we are very cool. It doesn't mean she has changed. No. That's another thing you need to know when you do therapy. Yes, my mom took care of my daughter for 11 good years. 11 years, stayed with her, treated her as her child. For 11 years. Yes. I'm telling you. So how can I stay mad at such a person for so long? I couldn't. And so, as I was saying, it doesn't mean that she has changed or she's going to change. No. But do you know what has happened? I have now understood her, and I stopped expecting her to think the way I think. I stopped expecting her to be, to understand me, because now I have understood her. I'm the one who went for therapy. I'm the one who have more knowledge. She didn't go for therapy. She's just who she still is. Do you get what I mean? So now I have now understood her. I am more empathetic towards her now. I'm now empathetic. So she still says some stuff, I don't take it to heart anymore. I don't get angry. I just laugh because I just feel she doesn't understand, my way of life or my type of thinking. So, but before then, I carried grudge in my heart against this woman. For so long. So, Jelly Publish, it's time. I know it may not be easy. That's why you need to attend the healing school, therapy. If you're just hearing of the healing school for the first time, it's an 8 weeks program. It's therapy, 8 weeks virtual session. where you get healed from trauma, emotional pain, and childhood dysfunction. If you attend that school, I'm going to help you heal. Jelly Publish. I'm going to help you forgive your mom. I'm going to help you forgive your mom. I'm going to help you get closure from that pain. And I'm going to help you rediscover yourself and rebuild your life. That's what the healing school does for you. So if you have mommy issues, you have to heal from it. I know a wife who says she wasn't close to her mother-in-law. She didn't like her mother-in-law, and her mother-in-law was super nice. But she said, because my mom was terrible, my mom was wicked, I wasn't close to my mom. So that's mommy issues. So, and the mother-in-law is such a good person. Her husband is so pained because her husband is close to his mom. Everybody in her husband's family, the mom is nice. She's nice to all her daughter-in-laws, her children and all of that. Sorry, guys. And she was trying to foster relationship with this new daughter-in-law, but this lady wouldn't budge, So I think it was her husband that called me, and by the time she came to therapy, we realized that because she has mommy issues. She doesn't like women, even though she's a woman. She doesn't like older women. She doesn't know how to treat them. She doesn't go close to them because she believes subconsciously that they're all wicked. Because her mom was wicked. All the women in her family, they were very wicked, stubborn, aggressive. So because of this, she wasn't close to her mom-in-law. She was mean to the woman, even though the woman was nice. That's mommy issues. Also, as a man, if you have mom issues, so mommy issues alone is not that your mom is wicked or was wicked to you, or your mom is abusive towards you and all of that. It's also the fact that you were probably emotionally neglected by your mom, or your mom died or something, or maybe your mom abandoned you to marry somebody else, or maybe you didn't grow up with your mom. You naturally have mommy issues. You understand? So you can either be if you're a man, you'll probably be looking for your mom in women. You're super emotional. You can be emotional, or the other side, too, very aggressive. But you're always looking for women who are soft, women, okay, not necessarily soft. So you maybe also be looking for women that are very firm and all of that, but they can act as your mom. They can act as your mom. Do you get? That is what you're probably looking for. Hi, Kanze. How you doing? If you have mommy issues as a man, you get what I mean? So you have to go through therapy. Jelly Publish, I hope you're still here. Have I spoken well as regards your situation? It's so sad. See, let me tell you something. Our parents, I always tell people, we all wish that they do better, or that they did better. But unfortunately, it is what it is. They have treated us this way, or parented us this way, because that was how they were also parented. That was also how they were. That's what they know. So they can only give you what they have. So just like you too, that's why I am telling you to have more, to have more things. You understand? To expand your knowledge by going through therapy, by going and signing up for personal development courses, because it is what you know that you will pass on to your children. Some of you don't have kids yet, so you don't know what you will do yet. You would say, no, I'm going to be loving to my kids. I'm going to talk to them. I'm not going to shout at them. I'm going to love them. Love them to... You will be shocked the day you start screaming, like you'll be literally shocked. Yeah, it happened to me. I was screaming, like I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't know how that thing just told me, Lara, you are your mom. This is what you condemned all your life. This is what you hated all your life. You have become it. Therapy changed my life. Therapy helped me. I used to have super anger issues. I used to be super angry. So I was a mix of softness and anger. I was very soft, at the same time angry. So I could go from one extreme of softness to the other extreme of anger. So Jelly Pop said, yes, you have, but the part of seeing from where she grew up, I get it. But a narcissistic behavior is beyond anything. But until I come for therapy, therefore, before you will understand, it's okay. You know, one thing is that when people get into my DM or maybe comment on my live sessions like this, they'll tell me, Lara, you don't know my husband, you don't know my wife, Lara, you have not experienced her, you don't know my father, you don't know my mother. Like you are saying like this. I don't know them. I agree. I totally agree. I succumb to you. I don't know them. But I don't need to know them to know that you have to heal from what they have done to you. I don't need to know them. I don't need to know the extent of what they have even done to you. I just need you to tell you that you owe it to yourself, to your future children, to your future marriage, to your relationship. You owe it to yourself and to all these people, to your colleagues. You owe it to your employers, employees, your friends, your family, to heal. You owe it to them. You owe it to yourself. Yeah, your mom may have been a witch, or what is worse than witchcraft. I don't even know what to call it. You know, it's possible. But Jelly Publish, you owe it to yourself. You know, the more you are holding her responsible, the more you are angry at her, the more you are holding on to this pain, the more you are postponing and prolonging your healing. I know it's not easy, so I'm not one of those people that will tell you, forgive her, stop it, we are move on. No, you know, I'm not like that. I'm quite understanding because it's not that easy. But I'm just telling you that that's one of the steps to your healing from the pain. Accepting that she did this to me because of how she was raised, because of what they gave to her. That's what she gave to me. You already said, Jelly Publish, that you can see some of her traits in you. Do you know that some people probably already disliked you now because of those traits you're talking about? Some people dislike you because of how you have treated them or how you are still treating them, and they're going to hold you responsible. Are you going to blame your mom for that too? Are you going to blame your mom? No. We're going to hold you to that. So that's why you need healing. So save for therapy, please, and come when you are ready. You get. Anybody else have any question to ask? If you have any question, please let me know. Any other question? Any other question? Let me know. I like to ask people questions. Then also, there are people who says, you know, therapy is expensive, they can't afford it yet. You can go to my website. Firstly, you can download for free my 21 days healing devotional. You know, you can download for free 21 days healing devotional. And then there are also my video courses. What about she being controlling about everything in your life. Is the reason why she's controlling is because you give her that power. You have to take that power back. Jelly Publish. So the question I'm going to ask you is, how are you going to take your power back? The reason why she's controlling is because you gave her your power. And when I mean you gave her your power, it's probably because she's financially responsible for. Is she financially responsible for you? If she is, then you have to cut that. You have to be financially responsible for that. People who are financially responsible for you, and then they are abusive. They're gonna control you. My mom is controlling, yes, but she's not overly controlling over my life. Reason because I've taken my power. She doesn't pay my bills. So right now, and also there was a point I had to detach. You understand? Just to create some boundaries and balance. You get? So now she just has an opinion now. She cannot say you must do this thing. No. If she's still doing that, it's because you allowed it. So you allowed it, and you have to disallow it. And disallowing it is not by by shouting, by fighting. Come to therapy. I'll teach you. I'll teach you how to do that. So if nobody they are not going to pay your bills, then why would they control you? Nah, you can't do that. You can't do that. So you allowed it. There are some things you allow, and then you are now blaming other people for it. So it's because you're allowing her. Jelly Publish. I'm going to move on now. She says she likes to control the job I must have, what I want to do with my life. It's because you're allowing her. You're listening to her. You're giving her that power. So you are engaging. I said it sometime, one of my live videos, that when you not here, it was in a Zoom session. If you want toxic people to stop controlling you, you have to stop engaging. You understand? So it is not you matching her shout for shout. Then you have turned to be her. You have become like her. She'll tell you, this is the job you must do. You say, okay, that's it. And you won't do it. You don't have to fight. You don't have to shout. You don't have to prove to her. You can't tell me what to do. You can't do this to me. Then you are already problematic. You are like her already. So if you want to cut off from a toxic ex, or you want to, not even ex alone, toxic people, toxic relationships, anybody can be toxic in your life. Your father, your mother, your children can be toxic. Your friend, your sister, your brother, your employer. One of the ways to deal with them is by not engaging. And engagement means they are shouting, you are shouting. They are telling you two, I will show this woman, I will show this man. You are the same. Both of you are the same. People like that, you just keep quiet and do your thing. That's the best way. Stop engaging. That's what I did. I'll just say, okay. And I'm not going to do anything. She'll just shout and shout. She'll call me for 3 days, I won't pick. She'll get tired and leave me alone. And you won't need to shout. You won't need to fight. You won't need to be feisty. If you're all of that, you're not healed. You need therapy. Yeah, so I'm going to talk about men now who have mommy issues. So I'm reading something here. So people usually apply the term mommy issues to men who display some of the following traits and behaviors. So men who have mommy issues, they have an expectation that romantic partners will provide more than a fair share of household labor or emotional support. I said this earlier. When a man either didn't grow up with his mom, was emotionally abandoned, neglected, or was smothered by a mother figure, or was raised by a super aggressive mother, he would be looking for women like her, subconsciously. A woman strong. You'll be looking for strong women. You'll be looking for romantic women that will provide more than a fair share of household labor or emotional support. Excuse me, that's number one. Number two thing is that, so check the men in your life, or if you're a man on this live video, check if you have this thing. Number two is that this person, this kind of man, will have trust issues or difficulty showing vulnerability. This kind of man will not be able to be vulnerable. They will lack vulnerability. Another point is that this man will have a strong need for affection and approval, or difficulty showing affection, or rapid shifts between the two. The man will have a strong need for affection and approval. That man will need somebody to approve whatever he does. That's why they used to say mommy's boy will always call his mom for approval. Mommy, is this okay? Is this thing okay? That person has mommy issues. So the man has a strong need, will have a strong need for affection and approval, or difficulty showing affection, or rapid shifts between the two. The man would also have cold feet when it comes to relationship commitment. The man would have a need for maternal guidance when making decisions. So that kind of a man will always look for women. He will always look for an older woman, to be my godmother. I knew somebody who used to say, I have a godmother. The woman has to approve everything he does. You understand? That man has mommy issues. You get? So the man may also have difficulty spending time with or discussing their mother. The man may have difficulty spending time with their mom or discussing their mother. This man may also have relationship anxiety. So I'm talking about mommy issues for men now. This man will have relationship anxiety. This man will have discomfort with intimacy. This man will be extremely sensitive to real or perceived criticism. That's why you cannot tell your man, this shirt you are wearing looks somehow, and they will suddenly blow up. What do you mean? You're like, what? I'm not attacking you. They will just they'll blow everything up. So the men who have mommy issues, they'll be extremely sensitive to real or perceived criticism. They have underdeveloped relationship boundaries. So they don't know how to have relationship boundaries. They are the men who have multiple women, not like they are dating the women, but they don't know how to say no. They don't know when to draw a boundary that, I'm married, or I'm in a relationship, stop calling me, or stop hugging me or kissing my lips. They won't know how to do that to women. They have underdeveloped relationship boundaries. So they also have a habit of dating people who share certain similarities with their mother. I said this earlier. Those kind of men, they'll be looking for their mom. So they will go and be looking for women that have similarities with their mother. See, all these things I'm telling you, they happen subconsciously. It's not that this man will decide by himself and say, I want to go and date somebody like my mother. No. They just realize that those are the kind of women they start dating. So there's this man also that I know who has a very, his mom was a super woman, alpha female. His grandmom was an alpha female. There are these people who make money in their families. The women, their names are still remembered. They have radio shows, TV shows. They have multiple businesses, and the men are not like that. You get. So, he just came to me one time because he realized that his wife, he's married and his wife is paying all the bills, and he wants to, or he can't get a good job, or he's not, he just feels like he was just tired of his life. So, and then I just started asking him all these questions. What about your mom? What does she do? She was dead at the time. What does she do? What about your dad? What about, and that was how I found out all this history. His mom was a very powerful alpha female, very powerful. Like, her name is popular, his grandmom too, and all of that. So subconsciously, he didn't know until I helped him draw the conclusions and the connection that he had married somebody. So because his mom was literally like the provider in their family when he was growing up, so that is what he has replicated in his marriage. So he made sure to look for a woman who is like his mom, very strong, has a good job, has a good business sense, a provider woman who doesn't wait for a man to eat and all of that. That's the kind of woman that he married. And so she started doing what his mom did, taking care of the house. She became the sole provider, and she was, of course, frustrated. She was angry at him. She was mad. She was angry, and she took it out on him. He was frustrated, sad, and all of that. And that's why he came to me. So why it happened that way is that he would not, it's not like he decided that I don't want to take care of my family. No, it's a subconscious wiring. So he wouldn't be this super, those kind of, the way men will hustle and struggle to look for jobs, to look for businesses, to look for money so that they can. He doesn't have that zeal. He doesn't have that energy. Why? Because he never saw his dad do that. His dad was a laid-back kind of man. His mom was the one who took charge, who took over everything. So that's why his marriage was like that. You get? So if you are that kind of man, you need to go for therapy. So let's talk about women that have mommy issues. Daughters of unkind or overly judgmental mothers might grow up with a poorly developed sense of self-worth. Did you hear that? Daughters of unkind or overly judgmental mothers might grow up with a poorly developed sense of worth. So you would lack self-esteem because your mom was very critical. Your mom was overly judgmental. So because of that, you become too conscious of yourself. You really have low self-worth because that's what your mom keeps saying. You understand? So that's one way that growing up with a narcissistic mother like Jelly Publish said, or abusive mother, or growing up with a mommy issue or mommy issues, this is what you become. You realize that you have poorly developed sense of self-worth. That's why you're like this. That's why men take advantage of you. That's why people take advantage of you. That's why you need people for approval, because you were raised by a mom who was critical, was judgmental. So if your mother spent a lot of time pinpointing your flaws or critiquing your appearance, you might have a lot of shame and insecurity as an adult. This sometimes contributes to unhealthy relationship patterns or mental health symptoms, including depression and anxiety. So if you grow up as a woman with mommy issues, you are susceptible to depression and anxiety. Are you hearing? I'm reading from somewhere. An enmeshed relationship or one that lacked normal parent-child boundaries can cause problems too. Maybe your mom tried to be your best friend when all you really wanted was a mom who set boundaries, enforced limits, and told you to be careful around bad boys instead of begging for details of your sex life. That's another thing. And that's what is happening in this our generation. Our own mother's generation, our moms were very critical, judgmental. They were not our friends. They were crazy. They were judgmental. They were wicked, sort of, towards us. I sometimes have panic attacks and anxiety. Sorry, Jelly Publish. Sorry, therapy will help eliminate all of that. But these days, the way I'm seeing the way parents are parenting, especially moms, they have now become the extreme of their mom. Like, I'm now trying to be my daughter's friend. Instead of me being her mom, I'm now her friend. You can be your daughter's friend with limit. Not that you will now be her friend, you now abandon mothering her. So you don't have boundaries. Instead of you know, I've seen, like, my daughter's, because my daughter is a young adult, so I know about her friends, their moms and stuff, and the things she tells me, you know, like, because my daughter is 20 now, I would now, because I want to be her friend, I don't want to lose her, I want to be a nice mother, you know, I would now start enabling her and indulging her in some things that doesn't make sense. That's what some people are doing now. Anyway, that's another story for another day. So I'm just trying to let you know the implications of people who have mommy issues. Yes, Rosemary Anderson, she says it's now to the extreme with this generation. Yes, that's another problem. You know, this our generation. So another sign or other signs of mommy issues is clinginess. People are, when you see people that are very clingy, they lacked motherly love. They were, or you understand, they are now so, because they didn't have it, so they're looking for it. Some of them are very clingy. Then some of them are very demanding. When you see some people are very demanding, they're very critical. They're very critical. They're very demanding. They struggle with affection. These are signs of mommy issues. You struggle with affection. You lack independence. Some people are detached. They are not emotional. They are detached. They don't know how to be attached. They are very emotional. Then excessive caretaking. That's another thing. I'm happy that I mentioned this one. Some women that grew up with mommy issues, they now become mothers to people. They become mothers to men. They want to be a mother to a man. Ha! You cannot mother a man. If you become a mother to a man, you suffer for it. Because it's supposed to be a man. You are raising a child. You cannot raise a man. You should not be with a man that you are raising. You can help a man, but you cannot raise a man. You shouldn't raise a man. So that's another thing. They become helpers. You understand? They are taking care of you. They're the ones that are always, are you home? Where are you? Are you okay? Do you want money? Do you want food? Do you want... Like, they can choke you with caretaking. That's a sign of somebody who has mommy issues. The person suddenly becomes a mom. Especially children who grew up too fast. You understand? Like, you know, in this our country, it happens a lot. When a child grows up too fast, you get, maybe your mom died, you suddenly become, and then you are the firstborn, you suddenly become the person to take care of your younger ones. You can become this person. You can become this person, you know, that suddenly now has to take care of people, has to be, you know, so you wouldn't know when to stop, even when you meet a man. And if you now meet a man who also has mommy issues, he will now marry you. He will love you because you are ironing his shirts for him, you are taking care of him, you're buying him roll-on, you're buying him body spray, you are straightening his shirt. Babe, come, let me help you. And the guy loves you so much. That's a terrible sign. Excessive caretaking. Then a tense relationship with your mom, of course. So you need to go for therapy. That's a long short of all of this thing. You need to go for therapy. Also, it also erodes your identity. It distorts your identity. Because, you know, you don't know who you are. Today you are good, tomorrow you are something else, you are somebody else. You know, so if you are like this, you can also sign up for the School of Identity. It's 8 weeks too. It's starting in March. It's going to help you find your identity. It's going to help you become grounded. School of Identity helps you to become grounded. You stop being tossed from one place to another, from one person to another. That's what it does for you. So, anybody has any question? I gotta go. Prepare for tomorrow. Anybody has any question? If you have any question, ask me. You know, because people, there are lots of people in my DM that'll tell me they can't afford therapy now and they have questions and stuff. So that's why I do this once in a while, to answer those kind of people, to offer the little support I can offer while they are saving for therapy or waiting to have therapy. So if you have any question, please ask me. I have 3 minutes more here. And if you have any question about relationship, marriage, anything, just ask me. So I will answer you. It's like nobody has questions. Okay, so in the absence of questions, yeah, I remember. Did I mention that when you have mommy issues, you're also a people pleaser? That's true. You're a people pleaser. You are codependent. Jelly Poppy, it's like I've answered 15 of your questions today. She says, why is it that parents don't heal themselves? Because they don't know that they have issues. It's somebody that know that have issues that will go and heal herself or himself. They don't believe that they have issues. They don't know that something is wrong with them. They think they are okay. You know, 1. And 2, they don't believe in therapy. A lot of our parents don't believe in therapy. My mom still finds it funny that people will pay me for therapy. She will say, so they will give you money that you should do what? When they should go to church and pray. They should pray to Jesus. Jesus is the beginning and the end. Is that the kind of person you want to preach therapy to? Of course not. So, parents don't heal themselves, Jelly Publish, because they don't know that they have problems. They don't think that they have problems. They think that you are the one with the problem. You are the one that the devil is controlling. You don't listen. That's what they think. So that's why they don't heal themselves. And you can't blame them, because nobody told them. In their generation, therapy was a taboo. Nobody talks about therapy. Nobody talked about therapy. So the Kingdom Marriage says, a friend of mine has been defrauded by a pretender boyfriend of her life savings. She's currently still talking with the guy and almost as if believing the lies he's saying as the reasons why. It's not complete. Please complete it. She's currently still talking with the guy and almost as if believing the lies he's saying is the reason why the business he has put the money into has not worked out. How can we help her to come out of her denial? You cannot help somebody that does not want to be helped. You cannot help. You just wait for people like that to come to their senses. You cannot help them. You wait for them. You try. You tell them your own, what do you say? You tell them your own opinion. Babe, I think that this guy has defrauded you. This is what I think. This is what I think. And if they don't believe you, what do? You wait. You leave them. You can't force people. If you force people to believe what you believe, then you're not practicing love. That's not how to love people. You leave them. Love is loving people, especially our friends, through this kind of period. You pray for them from afar. One day they'll come to their senses. Wait for them then. And then help them with what they need when they come around. Not by saying, I told you so. You don't listen. You don't do this. Not by condemning them. No. Don't do that. You know, people do better what they know when they know better. The reason why she's like that is because that's what she knows too. You don't know what she's dealing with. You don't know how she grew up. You don't know how she needs a man badly. To the extent that they are even defrauding her. She cannot still see it. Because there's something broken inside of her. So when something is broken inside of people, they lack the ability to make good decisions. So it's not the time for us who can make seemingly good decisions to now be doing, I'm better than you. No, you have empathy towards people like that. You're welcome, the Kingdom Marriage. You have empathy towards people like that. Pray for them from afar and love them through that period. It may take 5 years. She will come around. She will still come back to tell you that, and you told me, look at what he did. If you're a good friend, you still tell them sorry. Sorry, next time you to be more attentive, or that's when you can now suggest, do you think you need to go to therapy? Because maybe this is not the first time this is happening to you. For you to be able to fall for this kind of thing without you even realizing it and noticing it, it shows that something is wrong. Would you like to go for therapy? That's how to love people. It's not by, what is wrong with you? You don't listen. You don't love people that will leave them. You know, I was saying, I did a session yesterday and I was telling them that lots of people have distorted identity of who they are. That your friend may not be able to, she may define her herself by her identity by having a man. So that's why she will not even see wrong in even when a man does wrong, she won't see it. She won't see wrong. So Fresh Music says, I just love your content. You're really inspirational. I've learned loads of stuff from you. Your consultations are just really expensive though. Well, my brother, being my sister, then Fresh Music. I'm so sorry. Just save. Because if they tell you that you have to bring 500,000, 1 million naira to travel abroad to Japa from this country, you will save it. You will save for it. So it's not a matter of expensiveness. It's a matter of priority. It's a matter of priority. Save for it. If you want it, you're gonna have it. I'm serious. If you want it bad, you're gonna have it. I'm telling you. If you truly, I've said it so many times here. I don't know if you were here or anybody else here knows what I'm talking about. I've had people who have told me, somebody approached me, Coach Lara, I am so broken. I am suicidal. I need this therapy. Thank you, Jare. Belle Issa 0130. Belle Issa. See, she says, or he says, you pay for what you value. So you don't value it. Fresh Music. That's why you are not paying for it. And she said, Fresh says that one is different now. What is different? See, this person approached me. I'm not kidding her. She's not working. She's married to somebody who caged her. She can't go out. She cannot walk. She cannot go out of her house. She has CCTV monitoring her, so she cannot walk. And she told me, I need your healing school. Coach Lara, I'm suicidal. I have to do this thing. I said, okay. So what do you have? How will you pay? She says, I will pay 10,000 every week. I kid you not, Fresh. I can't refuse somebody like that. She doesn't work. She doesn't go out. She calls people from any allowance that man gives her. She removes 10,000 every week. She never failed once. That 10,000. At that time, it was 120 or 130. So 8 weeks was 80,000. But after the healing school, she was still paying. And let me now tell you what happened. That's why, see, if you want something so bad, you will get it. Somebody else in the healing school, because she did the group healing school, somebody else in the healing school saw her situation and then paid for her for the school of identity. She was crying the day the lady told her. Okay, so that girl Iba says, what's the difference between healing school and identity? Healing school is the foundational class. That's the first class you can join. You should join. Yes, you can pay in installments. Even though I recommend 2 installments, but I actually accept 2 installments, but I can make exceptions, depending if you really, really want it. So the healing school is the foundational class. It's the first class you should join. It's the first class you should do for your healing, especially when you have trauma. It is after you finish the healing school that you proceed to the school of identity. Yes. So she says, feels like I need both. Everybody, in fact, let me not say everybody. 80% of the people who has done healing school, they go ahead to do the school of identity. They do. Who is this Bell is I want to give you free therapy or free gift. See, look at how this person defined it. The person is so right. Who are you now? Are you a man or a woman? The person says healing is for wounds or trauma. Identity is how you define yourself. Shikena, finish. So, but you will not be able, your identity will be restricted if you don't heal. So that girl is let me tell you, 80% of the people who have done the healing school go ahead to do the school of identity. You understand? And it's not even two, it's 3 schools. The healing school, the school of identity, the school of the mind. Most of my clients do the 3 at, you understand? They do the 1, they do the 2nd, they do the 3rd. But you can do it, but if you don't want to do 2, you don't want to do 3, just do this healing school. That one is the foundational. That is what I recommend for everyone. It's very, very important. That's how it heals your trauma. You understand? But you can also do the school. Right now, I'm marketing the school of identity, the group one. So some people don't also know the difference between the group and the private sessions. So the group sessions for the healing school happens twice a year. It happens in January. So we are in the 6th week already for the healing school, the group one already. So you cannot join again. It happens in January and July. So the school of identity also happens twice a year. So right now, that's for the group. But you can join, you can do the private class anytime you want to join. So that girl, Siba, says, I literally experience every emotion in an anxious state, be it joy or excitement. Just sign up for the healing school. Straight, send a DM now. You can pay in installments, send a DM. So when you do this, the healing school, some people do the healing boot camp, which is the 2 days physical session. That one is very intensive. It's 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's an intensive class. It's 2 days though. You get so, but usually the virtual class is what 80 or 90% of the people of my clients do. Is 8 weeks. When you finish that, then you can do the school of identity. You understand? So that girl Siba, if you are interested, like you really, really are interested, I like to, anytime I come live, I like to give discount. I will just give you discount, 5%, Nishal, 5% discount tonight, even if you make a deposit. So, but you have to either you pay everything or you make a deposit. I'll give you a 5% discount tonight. If you're interested, send a DM. They'll give you the account details in the DM. So Fresh Music says, my girlfriend is from a dysfunctional family and it really influences how she thinks. I've promised myself I'll never go into marriage with her except she goes through proper therapy. I will pay for her with you later on. Okay, that's good. But it would also be good that you pay for yourself too, because Presh, there's a reason why you chose that kind of person. There's a reason. There's something about you that attracted that kind of person to you. There's something there. So you also need to attend the healing school, both of you. That girl Siba says, I need to heal. My dear sister, please heal. I did therapy. I tell everybody that cares to listen. I did therapy for 4 years. So I paid through my nose. It was expensive. I paid millions of naira. Millions. So that's why I look at people now when they say, it's expensive. Therapy is expensive. I just look at you. Because you don't need it that bad. You don't want it that bad. I always cite this example. What if, God forbid, today they say you are experiencing inconvenience in breathing. You can't breathe. They quickly rush you to the hospital. And the doctors say that there's something stuck in your throat that they have to operate on. They have to, if it's 1 million naira, they have to do it in the next 24 hours. You will bring out money sharp. Fresh. You will find the money. You will look for the money. It's the same thing as therapy. Because what is happening to you now is that you are experiencing emotional discomfort. But the difference is that because it is not physical, so you don't see it as a big deal. You can still walk. You can still move around. You can still do everything. But it is causing you don't know, it is causing you emotional discomfort. It's like a thorn in your flesh emotionally. It is what is causing your relationship to be this way. It's causing you unhappiness. It's causing you unfulfillment. It's causing you sadness. It's causing you palpitations. You don't know. But you're not taking it too seriously because it's not physical. After all, I can still walk. I can still talk. I can still wear clothes. It's not really that bad. People take therapy seriously when situation is bad, when they are God forbid, suicidal, you know, when they can't eat, when they can't move anymore, when the thing has overwhelmed them, that's when they will now call me crying, Lara, I need to do it now. Don't get to that level. Kubi K! Wow. I'm coming again. You have told me that since 2 years ago. Go away. You told me 2 years ago that you are coming. You did not come. Come, oh. Come this year. And we have moved to Magodo now. So, we're no longer on Island. Come, Kubi K. Who is PJ? PJ Peculiar is laughing. Come. You have done healing bootcamp, Kubi K. Come and do the identity bootcamp. Is a higher version of the healing bootcamp. Yeah. We're now in Magodo. Jelly Publish says, I know an uncle who died from mental health problems. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, PJ Peculiar is close. Kubi K says, I'm serious. I'll definitely come. Please come. See them. Do you know each other? PJ Peculiar. She said, Kubi K, let's go. So anybody that signs up for anything tonight, any session, any identity school, healing bootcamp, any session, virtual session, physical session, I'll give you a 5% discount tonight. But you have to make payments tonight. If you just go into the DM. If somebody will provide the account details for you, but you have to make payments tonight. Then we'll now talk about the dates that you want to come and stuff like that. All right. So, what's his name? Fresh. Think about it. Miss Laramie, I want more than 5% too. You're young. Are you paying tonight? It's 5%. I swear. I don't used to give discount to Kubi K. The Lara that you knew 2 years ago is no longer the Lara that you are talking to now. 5%. It is, drop the money. We'll do it. Now. You know how we do. You know how our therapy is usually very effective. So let's do this. If you make payment tonight, meet me in the DM. I'll give you. It's 5%, sha. You don't now. There's no cash. Kubi K, no cash. There's no cash. There's no fuel. How will Miss Lara pay for her electric bill? Her staff too. My staff ID, I'm paying salaries. How will I pay for them? You see now, Naira is nothing again. It's nothing. That's why everything is expensive. Therapists too, we shop. Therapists, we look fine. Therapists, we do fine get. Oh my goodness. Guys, I need to go. I'm so tired. I had a video. We did a series of videos, like 10 videos today. So that's why I have this full makeup on, hair. It's so stressful. So you start seeing new videos now from tomorrow. It's all this stress that we go through. So, talk to you some other time. Meet me in the DM. If you want to make payments tonight, you want 5% discount, meet me in the DM. Let's talk. All right? Have a lovely, lovely, lovely night, guys. Take care. Bye for now. If you're just joining, I'm going to save these live videos so you can watch over and over again. Take care. Bye.